Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Just perfect weather out there. You see some boaters out there already. Kelly Bates has your first forecast. Hi there, Cal.
Hello, and yeah, the mechanism that's bringing us the sunshine is going to be sticking around for some time, and that's good news as we're taking a look into the holiday weekend. So what you're looking at here are the absence of basically what's around New England and the Northeast. That's an area of high pressure. It's keeping clouds at bay. It's also helping to continue to move in this nice, comfortable air. That's what we're going to redo again for tomorrow. But once we get to Sunday, Sunday's going to be what we call a transitional day. We're going to see a different pattern because new elements that are going to be arriving in southern New England. We'll see an increase in humidity. Temperatures will be coming up too. There is a chance of showers and about a 40% chance of popping off some thunderstorms. After that, we turn what's called unsettled, and that'll be in place for Monday and Tuesday, where we will see humidity that will be up, a chance of showers in the afternoons, and temperatures that will be running mainly in the 70s after Sunday. But yeah, the weekend ahead, I wouldn't cancel any plans for Sunday or Monday. Just keep an eye to the sky, of course. But Saturday is really the winner of the upcoming holiday weekend. Doreen?
All right, Kelly, thank you. And new at noon today, a water main break in Johnston causing delays and detours for many drivers in the area ahead of the Labor Day holiday weekend. Let's get you out to ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis. He is live where that break happened this morning. Yanni?
Yeah, good afternoon, Doreen. Well, yeah, the water main break happening here along Central Ave, which is going to remain closed for the rest of the day. Now, I want you to take a look over here of the hole where this break happened as you take a look inside at the source of that break. You can see crews have been inside of here throughout the day trying to repair that break. Now, this happened at around 7 o'clock this morning here on Central Ave, just off of Atwood, and neighbors nearby tell me they were without water for some parts of the morning, but crews now, as they work to repair that break, tell us now that only one home remains without water this afternoon. And with this road closure remaining for the rest of the day, police are alerting drivers that need access to Central Avenue to instead take Hartford to Reservoir. And one person that lives in the area that we spoke with described what he saw when he was leaving his home this morning.
Going down Central Avenue, I see like a river of water. It's like a flood of water that was on like both sides of the street.
And again, crews remaining here on Central Avenue, continuing to try to repair that break. Speaking with them a few minutes ago, they told me that they believe the source of that break is a little bit further up the road, so they continue to try to take control of this water main break. But again, only one home this afternoon remaining without water. We're live in Johnson. Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And a man was injured after being hit by a train in Cumberland overnight. Fire officials telling ABC6 a homeless man was hit and dragged, then he got stuck under a freight train on Mendon Street, right near the Stop and Shop and Dell's Lemonade. The call for help came in just about 3:30 this morning. That man suffered only minor injuries. Officials believe the man was sleeping on the tracks when this happened. Maine State Police have ruled a Dighton woman's death a homicide. Jennifer Lingard was vacationing in Lovell, Maine, when police say she was murdered. The 41-year-old found dead at a family home there with her 2 young kids inside back in late February. Police say the man responsible was 33-year-old Sammy Dow of Newport, who died of a drug overdose in Rhode Island 2 days after Lingard was killed. Police are still looking into how exactly she died. The chiropractor in Cumberland suspended from his practice, accused of sexually assaulting a patient. Thomas Soa is charged with 3 counts of second-degree sexual assault. According to police, Soa inappropriately touched one of his patients after forcing them to get undressed during at least 3 appointments. The Department of Health was set to hold a hearing today, but that has been pushed off until next week. As of right now, his license has been suspended until further notice. And now to our political news today. President Biden and his rare primetime speech to the American people. Biden calling MAGA Republicans a threat to democracy and asking Americans to reject their philosophy in what he calls the battle for the soul of the nation. ABC's Eka Jaji is in Washington with more.
President Biden speaking directly to the American people outside Independence Hall in Philadelphia, taking on his predecessor by name.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
After weeks of ramped-up rhetoric against what he calls MAGA Republicans, Biden using his speech to make the upcoming midterm elections more of a referendum on former President Trump than on himself.
MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love.
Biden leveling charge after charge against Trump and his congressional supporters, referencing some Republicans who attacked the FBI following the search warrant executed on Trump's Mar-a-Lago home.
There are public figures today, yesterday, and the day before predicting and all but calling for mass violence and rioting in the streets. This is inflammatory. It's dangerous. It's against the rule of law. And we, the people, must say, this is not who we are.
Biden's remarks come days after he accused some Republicans of extremism during a private fundraiser and of embracing a philosophy akin to semi-fascism by following Trump. Before Thursday's speech, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy firing back, accusing Biden of dividing millions of Americans and criticizing his leadership.
President Biden has chosen to divide, demean, and disparage his fellow Americans. Why? Simply because they disagree with his policies. That is not leadership.
This weekend, former President Trump will be on the campaign trail rallying with GOP candidates in Pennsylvania. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
And in Your Voice, Your Vote, we focus today on the race for treasurer here in Rhode Island. There are two candidates competing for the Democratic nomination. They are former Central Falls Mayor James DeYosa and former Rhode Island Commerce Secretary Stephen Pryor. The winner will face Republican James Lathrop in the general. Rhode Island's primary is September 13th. And in Bristol County, Massachusetts, 3 Democrats are looking to win the nomination for Bristol County Sheriff. They include former Assistant DA Nicholas Bernier, Mayor of Attleboro Paul Heroux, and former Somerset Police Chief George McNeil. The winner will go on to face current Sheriff Tom Hodgson. He's been in the position since 1997. The Massachusetts primary is next Tuesday, September 6th. And if you'd like to learn more about the upcoming elections or read more about the candidates, we have an election guide up on our website. That's ABC6.com. And some good news if you use the Division Street Bridge in East Greenwich. The Rhode Island DOT announcing that the bridge over Route 4 is now open. Drivers going westbound will shift onto the new bridge. Eastbound traffic will shift later this month. The Rhode Island DOT says the $22 million project isn't complete just yet. They still need to remove the temporary bridge. They expect that to be completed by late fall. Still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, a near miss in the air. 2 planes nearly collide. It's a video you have to see. This as pilots picket at major airports heading into a busy holiday weekend. Checking on your holiday travel, there was a close call between a small jet and a passenger plane over the airport in Orlando. We have exclusive video of the near miss, and it all comes as pilots take to the picket line on this busy Labor Day weekend. ABC's Victor Oquendo has more.
The close call in midair. No. Take a look at this near miss video, filmed from inside a single-engine Cessna, looking down at a Delta 757 taking off nearby. The Cessna's pilot, Malik Clark, took evasive action, avoiding a disaster.
I knew that this didn't look right, so immediately I turned right, and I climbed as steeply as I could, because the Boeing 757 from Delta has a much higher climb rate than the aircraft that I was flying.
It happened above Orlando International Airport last month.
Runway 36 left, cleared for takeoff. November 54 kilo, contact departure. Depart 54 kilo.
Clark had just taken off nearby and says he was instructed to overfly the runway where the Delta flight was taking off. Both pilots saw each other.
5254 kilo, Orlando approach, Roger, and let's see, what heading did they give you?
090, we saw it, we saw the guy coming. So we just flew 150 now, but they give us 090 up to 2000.
If I hadn't done that evasive maneuver, it's quite likely there would have been a mid-air collision.
Now the FAA is investigating, but initial reports show the planes were closer than they should have been.
The two aircraft got as close as 500 feet vertically and 1,500 feet horizontally, which means way too close, and it was somebody's error to put them in the same part of the sky.
Delta is also investigating, saying nothing is more important than safety. This scare coming as airlines struggle with staffing and scheduling. Pilots picketing at 14 major airports around the country, heading into a busy holiday weekend. Airlines stressing the pilots are off duty and protests will not lead to delays or cancellations, but it will be a busy weekend. According to Hopper, some 13 million Americans are set to travel this Labor Day weekend.
Now, more people will be traveling by car than plane this weekend, so you can expect some delays out there on the roads. The absolute worst times to leave today between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., but the best times to leave before 1 p.m. or after 7 p.m. Victor Oquendo, ABC News at Miami International Airport.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, NASA making its second attempt to launch the Artemis rocket this weekend, looking ahead to possibly getting humans back on the moon. We'll have the latest on the launch efforts. Plus, Kelly Bates is here, and she has your full 7-day forecast right after this.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
Well, hello, good afternoon, and what an afternoon it is indeed. It's a beautiful afternoon in progress, not only because it's bright and sunny, but it is wicked comfortable out there as well. It's going to mirror yesterday in many ways, although today one of the differences has to do with wind. We had a little bit of a breeze going yesterday. This afternoon, not so much. We do have temperatures that have responded very nicely to the sunshine. We are into the 60s and 70s. We're starting to turn a different wind direction out there, bringing in air from the northeast. So that is holding temperatures a little on the cooler side. But we have dew points that are in the 50s out here, and that's the key to the refreshing air mass that is in place. Our satellite radar checking absolutely clear. We have this huge dome of high pressure in charge. So on the wide shot and even up close, there really isn't anything to show you. That's the whole point. When this area of high pressure moves into a region, it leads with this nice northwesterly flow, bringing in that nice dry air. And as the high slides by us, everything changes. So as we go into the weekend and the high slides by, it flips our wind direction to become southerly and southwesterly. Those wind directions tend to bring in humidity and warmth, and we're expecting both of those to be in place when we get to Sunday. Sunday is expecting to begin with mostly sunny skies, but as we go into the afternoon hours, because it's going to be warm and humid, we're also going to be bringing in some energy from this front, and there is a chance that we could pop up a shower or perhaps even a thunderstorm for Sunday and again on Monday. So our tropical outlook is active. We have Hurricane Danielle, a Category 1 hurricane. All the stats kind of bunched up on top here because it's not moving anywhere. It's expected to just stay there in the middle of the Atlantic and not impact any landmass. So here's what Hurricane Danielle looks like on the satellite, and it's there. The well-defined eye was falling apart, but with hurricanes, they do that. They fall apart and then it reforms. We do have two more areas, though, of low pressure that we're watching for the potential of tropical development. One is here in the Caribbean. The other is this little wave here coming off the coast of Africa. So what you're looking at here is the potential of tropical development within the next 48 hours. And this one here has a 60 to 80% chance of becoming something in the next, I'd say, 48 hours or so. The one off the coast of Africa, it's going to need more time. Right now, it's got a very low chance of developing into anything in the next, say, 48 hours. So with all that said, that's tropical. This is not. This is a very pleasant afternoon. We have mostly sunny skies, very comfortable conditions out there, temperatures that will be topping out eventually in the 70s in about 2.5 to 3 hours from now. Your forecast for overnight tonight, basically last night, but colder. We're due to drop to 53 to start tomorrow morning, where this morning we start at 57. And that means areas north and west of the city are definitely going to be beginning the day in the 40s. So if you go outside for that first cup of coffee, you're going to need at least a sweatshirt tomorrow morning. But still, it's going to be a nice day. You should do it. We're looking at mostly sunny skies, nice conditions. I had another graphic there with your extended forecast, but I'll show you at the end.
Okay, well, way to make people stick around, Kelly Bates.
I know.
But talking about those temperatures tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
My goodness, a sweatshirt.
Very chilly. Yeah. In Providence, we're looking at 53, and usually the blacktop holds on to some of that heat. It's not going to be the case overnight tonight. With a clear sky and a near calm wind, temperatures are going to drop pretty quickly and pretty far. So we're going to start about 5 degrees cooler than we started this cool morning for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, wow. All right, well, at least it's a beautiful day.
I agree.
The sun really warming things up.
Dry.
Making everybody happier.
Comfortable.
Yes.
No AC.
Yes.
Break on the electric bill.
We like it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Kelly, thank you. Still to come here at noon. Take 2, details on NASA's next shot to launch the Artemis rocket this weekend. That's next. The NASA Artemis 1 mission is set to make its second attempt to launch Saturday afternoon. The weather forecast is favorable for the 2-hour launch window. It begins at 2:17 p.m. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood reporting from the Kennedy Space Center.
All eyes will be on Florida's Cape Canaveral Saturday afternoon as NASA makes its second attempt at its Artemis 1 launch.
Last night, after the briefing, we powered up Orion. We performed all the RF testing. We also powered up the core stage. All looked nominal. Right now, we're on track for a 2:17 p.m. launch. We have a 2-hour window.
Monday's first attempt was scrubbed due to 2 issues. One of the 4 engines wasn't cooling down to the proper temperature, and there was a crack in a vent valve in the inner tank.
That is the whole reason for this test flight, to make sure it's as safe as possible.
Engineers have since repaired that crack and determined that the sensor on the engine was not working properly. NASA is using a Space Launch System, or SLS, rocket to send the uncrewed Orion capsule on a 37-day mission to lunar orbit. It's all a part of NASA's Artemis program, which aims to establish a sustainable human presence on the moon by the late 2020s.
We've got a whole host of things that could cause us to not get off any given day, weather, range, or technical.
But the weather forecast is favorable.
I do not expect weather to be a showstopper by any means for either launch window.
NASA is looking to push the Orion spacecraft to its limits in order to uncover any problems before astronauts strap in.
You need to run a flight test without crew first to fully appreciate and understand, quantify, characterize those environments before you expose humans in this type of a mission.
And if all goes well on Saturday, we can expect to see the first pictures of Earth from the Orion space capsule sometime Saturday evening. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, a familiar sight this holiday weekend, firefighters filling the boot for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Plus, Kelly has another look at your afternoon forecast right after this. A Labor Day tradition continues this weekend. Firefighters out collecting money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association's Fill the Boot campaign. Here they are out in Warwick this morning. Firefighters have collected millions over the years, helping fund research for a cure, equipment needs, and even helping to pay for summer camp for kids with neuromuscular diseases.
We love coming out and keeping up the tradition. The guys have been doing this for long before I've been around, and we just want to keep it going and keep benefiting this good cause.
So we invest billions of dollars in research
Our job is to find a cure for the 43 different neuromuscular diseases that we cover.
You could donate in person at any of the locations. You can also go online and donate to the cause, mda.org. Our longtime viewers will remember we used to spend Labor Day doing the Jerry Lewis Telethon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the good news is your windows are going to be down already, so just make sure you've got that dollar bill to throw in the boot when you get to the stoplights this weekend.
Totally, yeah. We have beautiful conditions in place for today, and we get to take that into tomorrow as well. Once we get to Sunday, though, mostly sunny skies, we will see a notable increase in humidity, and that will lead to a chance of a shower or perhaps even a thunderstorm on Sunday. The thunderstorm threat goes away for Monday and Tuesday. It's just a Sunday late day thing. After that, it's a chance of showers and a 40% chance at that. Our best shot, best odds right now of getting precipitation Sunday night, overnight into early Monday morning.
All right, load up the family truckster on Monday. That graphic, Cal, made my day. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.